above sea level in the North Carolina mountains is Kidd Brewer Stadium. The Rock, home to the Appalachian State Mountaineers, and Boone is ready for this one. The shot that clears will kick it away to start us off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Mountaineers offense will start this game off. And you've got to believe this defense has put in extra time to try to slow down this tight end, David. But the question, can they even stop him?
It's one thing to watch it. It's another thing to stop it. And just impressed with the way they move him around. They use him. Sometimes he blocks. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. Like sometimes he's a lineman. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. So tough to figure out where he's going to be to double team him. But I bet he's got the attention of this defense, Jesse.
He does for sure, and because of that, David, I think it's going to open up some opportunities for maybe some of the other guys out wide. If you've got two guys covering the tight end as a quarterback, you've got to be ready to throw the football somewhere else sometimes, and so you might see a little bit more balance in the passing attack today.
Grabbed over the middle, it's Dozier, and he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. Let's talk about App State. They've jumped to the top of the conference standings. Now the trick is finding a way to stay there.
Well, and that's your goal to start the season. It's always about the conference first. It's not about the national championship picture. So great job taking care of business within the conference, Jesse, but a lot of meat still left on the schedule.
Yeah, and remember, conference championships mean a lot because the way the college football playoff is set up, if you're winning your conference championship, you're probably in the playoff discussion. So they've got a lot of games ahead. They're in that prime spot right now inside their conference. They've got to keep playing well.
So Coastal Carolina's offense will go to work for the first time today. And Jesse, the man in the backfield today, not necessarily a superstar. They'll just try to have him grind out the tough yards when they need it.
He needs to be solid in this game. He doesn't need to be a Heisman Trophy winner today for them to win, but he has to get the yards when they present themselves. Take what the defense gives him, and you cannot turn the ball over.
Nah, you got to hold on to that rock, but it would be nice. I think this offense would really open up with some more consistency at this spot. Now, a running back they can really depend on.
There he goes. Sweet spin. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After that last big gainer, they'll put it in play. 1st and 10 from their own 49. Brown wants to pass. Firing to the right, complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Tight end finds a soft spot. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. And the Chanticleers are moving quickly down the field. Got it in the middle. It's Washington. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Like QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. You got a little bit of time to throw.
Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Finds his big tight end. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. Fires to the tight end. Couldn't quite get it into the end zone. He goes out of bounds at the 3, but they are in business. The Chanticleers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. He'll set up to throw. They're setting up the screen. Oh, the sweet feet. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Coastal Carolina. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skill players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Creates a little space. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Tight end now in motion. Use the play fake, now to throw. A strike downfield. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40. It's 1st and 10. They've moved it to the 41. Motion from the wideout. Got a little space. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a 2nd down. To the air, it's Swan. Got his man quickly. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Trying to get rid of it.
And this offense stays aggressive and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, 3rd and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
And he missed it. No good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds a tight end down the gut. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. Wonder if they'll be conservative on 1st and 10. Makes the grab. It's English. Turning it on. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking to throw on 1st down. With the catch, it's English. He's out of bounds after the good pickup, and what a way to end the first period. That's the end of the period, and Coastal Carolina has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Gonna look downfield again. That's caught. It's Washington. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, shot to clear. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
14, App State, 0.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Back to throw, it's Swan. Another incompletion on 3rd down. The Mountaineers will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. Coastal Carolina has it. The Chanticleer offense headed back to the field. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Finds his man. It's Tucker. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37. From inside the 40 at the 37, it's first down. Bringing the heat. Trying to make magic with his feet. Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands.
Hold.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Well, they've put themselves in a hole. It's 1st and 20. Rushes on him. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Not much there on the run. He gets 1 to the 31. And the Chanticleers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Shotgun snap. Wants to throw it on 3rd. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Stopped right at the 40-yard line, and this defense celebrating the turnover. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Trying to escape and get it himself.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
That's caught. It's Dozier. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game, mark it at the 47. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Runs through the tackle. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Leaves it with the back. Nice move to pick up yardage. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. Running back searching for a hole. Oh, he's got some space. He's brought down the 1, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. To the ground, he's got it again. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking downfield, it's Swan. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Here comes the heat. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on 3rd down. So now on comes the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. Are forced to settle for 3. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Fires to the big fella. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Hey, we're getting close to halftime, and it looks as if the big fella wants to be all over the highlights.
Goodness gracious, he is open. When he leaves the huddle, apparently he's open. A ton of catches already early in this ball game. They are featuring him and finding him.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. Wants to go up top on first down. He's going to run it. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love...
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Back to pass, it's Swan. Dumps it to the back. Got his man on the right. He's loose. Touchdown, Mountaineers. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Caught in the backfield, it's Simpkins. Breaks into the open. The 30. The 20. Touchdown, Coastal. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
Gets it across the 30 to the 31. Nice pickup on the return there. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. Going right to work up top. He's got the tight end. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football, and the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and a better job forcing a turnover.
He'll pull it down and run. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. Makes the grab. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Brown will throw it. Fires to the end zone. Pass falls incomplete, but that was basically a free play as the defense was offside, and this is going to be a first down.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Coastal Carolina. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle.
28, App State 10.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. The give to the tailback. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, it is hard to beat Boone when that town is buzzing as it is today.
And the Mountaineers will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Coastal Carolina takes over, and here comes the offense. As they get ready to start this third quarter, think how big the lead might be if they'd taken care of the ball.
Well, the game might be over, Reese, but if you're on defense right now, you've gotten a couple turnovers early, and you're saying, okay, we're going to need to keep this up. We got to stay aggressive for us to have a chance to win this game, but we believe we can do it.
Yeah, you've already done it.
He's got it on the right. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself at the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the third quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs. And this play caller is still...
There he goes. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Chanticleers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. They'll move the tight end. They'll ride the hot hand. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Chanticleers... Get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Nice second down defense there that time. It looked like the defense was anticipating the drag route that time. You saw they were able to rally to the ball, get him down on the ground.
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Wide receiver going in motion. Touch pass on the run. Trying to take it back.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to pass. It's Swan. Finds his big tight end. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. The Mountaineers come to the line with a new set of downs. These corners going to give them some space. Catch in the middle. It's Cummings. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Now on 2nd down. Back to pass. The short hands. It's Dozier. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. And after the miss, it still takes 3 possessions to catch them. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. That big play put them in business. Now they're right on the edge of the red zone as they go to work 1st and 10. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Touchdown, shot to clear. And the stomping has commenced. If this dude were a kitchen knife, you would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Dropping back, it's Swan. Oh, they're after him. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in, it's Barnes. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Last completion got them a first down. Let's see what they do now. Finds this big tight end. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Gives it to the back on the draw. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards and they'll move the chains. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. He's got it on the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Mountaineers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. 3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. He's looking to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down.
Man, those plays are frustrating on a defense. You get 3 stops, and you force that 4th down, trying to get off the field, but the offense makes the play, gets the first down. It's almost like you got to kind of recount.
Fires deep toward the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Coastal Carolina has it. The Chanticleer offense headed back to the field. Brown wants to pass. Pulls it in. It's Johnson. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. And another big play by this offense, and if they are playing not thinking about the scoreboard at all. There's evidence of it right there.
Hey, if there's time on the clock, as a defense, stop us. Because we're not stopping ourselves. We're going to continue being aggressive. We're going to continue trying to score points. That's the aggressive nature of this football team.
The shot that clears can really attack on this 2nd and short. The play action fake. Looking to the big tight end. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on 3rd down from the 45. Catch in the middle. It's English. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36. And the shot that clears are moving quickly down the field. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. Just missed on the connection. Incomplete.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in. That is a good sign for this offense.
He'll come through on 3rd down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. The shot that clears will snap it on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
Yeah, and Palmer, I don't know what his grade's going to be, but hitting over 400 yards on the day, I think coaches are going to be pretty impressed with the day this young man had.
No doubt. I think for defensive coordinators moving forward now, you're going to be charged with having to find answers to try to slow this guy down. Today, we've seen this defense try blitzing, zone coverage, man coverage. They've mixed up personnel. None of it has worked. This guy has carved them apart.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. This offense has converted twice on 3rd down on this drive. A 3rd time would put him in the end zone. A little screen to the running back. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. And they'll push that lead out a little further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. He'll return it. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
So now it's 2nd and long. They'll run play action. Fires to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. Here's the pressure. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Touchdown, Coastal! The defense does the work itself with a pick 6. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
And he's going to bring it out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They'll leave it with him. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Swann. He's taking a deep shot. Makes the grab right down the middle. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. The Mountaineers will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. I'm sorry you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous party gift. A late touchdown.
And a nice touchdown. Continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions.